Hey footwear friends, it's Ed MidsoleBud here. Today I've got some new or soon to be released running shoes for you. It's that favourite of the footwear fanatics, running shoe yay or nay. In this series I let you know whether I'm going to be picking up a pair of running shoes for review or not. Perhaps I'll be giving you my reasons for leaving them on the virtual shelves. It's not me saying that the shoes are absolute fire or total trash. Perhaps another running shoe tuber might be able to do them more justice. Under the magnifying glass today are the light and nimble Nike Rival Fly 4. We've also got the Adidas 3-stripe ADIZERO ADIOS 9. The Hoka Clifton 9 GORETEX, also under the microscope, and the On Cloud Boom Zone as well. We got big stacks, we got low stacks, no giant haystacks. EDDBUD's got the whole gamut, let's be having it. Thanks for joining me on the channel, always appreciated. Do look to subscribe actually if you can, it's free of charge. There's quite a lot of viewers that haven't subscribed yet. You know, there's still time to redeem yourselves. Give this video a thumbs up like too, and also drop us a comment to help the YouTube algorithm. Dankeschön. Okay, kicking this week's yay or nay off with a new one from Nike. Actually, I think it's out in the US, the Rival Fly 4. An interesting model this, light, it's nimble by all accounts. We have the Cushlon 3.0 and the 4-foot Zoom Air Section 2 to add some reliable and consistent zing to proceedings. There's a plastic section incorporated into the midsole. I don't think we're looking like a plate here, it's more of a shank by the looks of it to add a little bit of torsional rigidity. So out in the US at present it's only $100. So what is the catch? I see little to dislike in all honesty on this new Nike model. Always seems to take a bit of time for the Rival Fly to make it over to the UK. This gives runners a much lighter and cheaper shoe than the Pegasus 41 by all accounts. I think it only weighs 258 grams or 9.1 ounces in the sample size. So I predict a sub 300 gram weight for my UK 11. So it makes it a touch lighter than the Pegasus Plus even, and certainly a good 30 grams lighter than the Pegasus 41. We got multi-directional traction sections on the outsole and a profile in the heel that's more reminiscent of the Alpha Fly 3 than anything else. The design appears to be a look forward to what we might expect from the Vaporfly 4, and I'm keen to test this one out and see if it's a good alternative to the Pegasus for the lighter built runners out there that don't want all that bulk that we commonly get with a daily Nike shoe. So it's a big yay from me for the Nike Rival Fly 4. Just a quick yay or nay here. There's an Eaden pack coming out from Nike, a nod to that road relay race that we have going on in Japan. I used to love the ASICS World Eaden, that one you could take part in with your friends, you know, across the globe, or run bits of the relay and put it all together and see what time you had. Hope they bring that back, it seems to have disappeared. Anyway, this Eaden pack for this year, it's pretty awful really. Fire logos on the side, an almost toy-like colourway. How can Nike get it so right with some versions of their shoes and totally wrong with other colourways? The Alpha Fly 3, the Vaporfly 3 and the Zoom Fly 6 and Rival Fly 4 get the flames treatment, and I'm not sure any of them are the better for it. The Rival Fly 4 perhaps being the least offensive of these four. I can see these sitting on the shelves only for the Lightning McQueen fans possibly. The fire supposedly symbolises the use of those torches through the night sections of the relay. I think it's a bit of a far-fetched one that. These appear in late November, early December if you're interested, but it's a nay from me. Next up is the On Cloud Boom Zone. This is a PEBA-based midsole shoe, complete obviously with a carbon plate, but this time a slightly lower stack in the sample size of about 35mm in the heel and 29 in the 4-foot. So we're talking a 6mm drop. On seem to really like that kind of drop, and I've got to be honest, I like the lower drop in the Cloud Boom Strike over here. That one's really won me over. You could say it's bowled me over, I suppose. That's the typical standard of jokes on this channel. So not the Max crazy stack that we're used to seeing within the running world at the moment with the likes of the Glycerin Max and the Super Blast 2 models. But from all my research I've done into this shoe, it does seem to have more DNA from the Cloud Boom Strike and perhaps a little bit from the Cloud Boom Echo 3 as well. More a competitor to something along the lines of the Takumi Sen 10. And when you consider that this one has a 200 quid price tag, well, I think it makes a little bit more sense when you look at it from that perspective. Only 224 grams or 7.9 ounces for the sample size. That means it's going to be super light. I predict that's going to be about 255 maybe for my UK 11, but that's making me think of models like the Endorphin Speed 4 from Saucony, or maybe like the Zoom Fly 6 from Nike, and that's a hell of a lot cheaper than this one. As always with On shoes though, this one's coming at a price premium, 200 notes. I mean, I would suggest the Cloud Boom Strike was about 30 quid more expensive than it should have been really, and it looks like that's the same case for the Cloud Boom Zone. Outsole materials look similar to the Cloud Boom Echo 3 that I tried out earlier in the year, and the heel padding closer to the Cloud Boom Strike, and along with the tongue shape and padding as well from that shoe. So all in all, if On shoes, or certainly those models, have been working for you, then this one could be a good one to try, but it's a bit of the PlayStation 5 Pro syndrome here. There's a big price premium on shoes. Not sure why they feel they need to do that. It's a bit of a gamble for me, 200 notes for a shoe like this. I'm not sure I need another one like that in the rotation. I'm well stocked with the Mac X2, the CeeLo X1, the Brooks Hyperion Max 2 as well. So not anything massively different here outside of what I've got. Yeah, you got a Peba based foam there, but I got other shoes that are really hitting the spot for that. So it's a nay from me until I see a little bit more info about this shoe. 200 quid's a lot of money. One from the Hoka stable now, the Clifton 9, but this is a GORETEX version. I haven't tried out a Hoka Clifton for a long time. The last one was it's a bit duff really. I think it was a Clifton 7 perhaps I tried out. Didn't really enjoy that all that much. Really dug into my arch a little bit, which I've never had in any other running shoes. So GORETEX upper here comes with a price premium over the standard version of about 20 quid. So that means that the GORETEX version's coming in at £150 here in the UK. So there's a weight of around 273, which is a 25 gram increase over the standard model. So there isn't really an awful lot so far that is screaming at me to buy this shoe. The compression molded EVA design's been around for years. Kind of surprised that Hoka haven't really moved on and implemented something that's a little bit less dense, I suppose, and a little bit more exciting underfoot. The GORETEX equipped Pegasus Trail model was cheaper than this and far more attractive of an option as well on foot, with some excellent grip, and it's really decent on the road as well rather than just the trail. As such, it's a nay for the Clifton 9. GORETEX on this occasion is just not really something that I need at all. Not sure what Hoka are going for there. Maybe they're trying to make the Clifton into, you know, their version of Puma's Deviate Nitro 3 or that Pegasus Trail model that seems to be really popular. Okay, last one up. We finally got some decent pictures of the ADIZERO Adios 9. This shoe seems to be a mashup of the Adios Pro 4 and the Evo SL with a very minimal upper material there. Adidas have really pared it down. We've got the reappearance of that light lock band from the eyelets through to the heel to keep the foot firmly in place. There's a nylon shank present within the midfoot here. There are no energy rods. That should improve the pop and propulsion that we get from the Adios 9. There's a very minimal outsole layer with a new Adidas light traction compound, and then a small slither of Continental rubber up front for the toe off. There's no specific measurements here aside from the 27mm that's stamped on the side of the medial midsole wall, so I anticipate that being about 20mm up front for a 7mm drop here in the Adios 9. So it's a lower stack than the Sen 10. It's offering something a little bit different. I reckon they're gearing this one up to be like a 5 to 10k racer if you want something that's a little bit sleeker and perhaps even lower weight than the Evo SL. Sounds like Adidas are in fact trying to lower the weight of all of their ADIZERO models now. It's almost like the key factor of the Pro Evo 1 is the fact it's so light. They've realised that all of their shoes can benefit by being lower in weight to improve their performance. Wow, I mean, how did they possibly come to that conclusion? At $140, that's roughly 110 quid. That ain't a bad price for this shoe, I think. With this type of lightness and perceived midsole drive, it could be absolutely ideal for those shorter distance sorties. So could be a bit of a banger, this one. It's a definite yay from me for the ADIZERO Adios 9. Okay, that's all 4 of today's shoes in the yay or nay. Let me know your thoughts and opinions on these down in the comments. I've got a musical, it's kind of like an audio interlude for you today from Ivor Cutler. I don't know if you've ever heard of this guy. I first heard some of his compositions, some of his poems, his similes back in like the 90s. I think it was on John Peel, in fact. I was listening one day and John Peel put on some of his stuff and I've loved it ever since. Now, the one you need to find, if you can, is called The Jungle Tip, about a lion. Ivor kind of tells you how to get out of a sticky situation should a lion attack. It involves using some smooth stones and you have to insert the stones deftly up the lion's nostrils, but of course you can't use this method more than once. It might sound like I've completely lost my mind, but yeah, go and check out Ivor Cutler. Any of the stuff from his Life in a Scotch Sitting Room volumes, either 1 or 2. Some brilliant stories there, accompanied by his wonderful atmospheric harmonium playing as well. Go and check him out, Ivor Cutler. Thanks for tuning in, people. Hope you enjoyed today's yay or nay. I can safely say that you won't get an Ivor Cutler recommendation on any other sort of shoe tube channel, okay? That's me. I'm doing my own thing, right? Hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up like. We just smashed through 56,000 subs. Thanks, guys. I can do it without you. Comment for the algorithm. My name's EDDBUD, and I'll be seeing you.